Are you looking for a performance car that's fairly affordable but has a huge punch of performance? Well, your option would be the C8 Corvette. But what if you can't afford the $60,000 C8 Corvette? Well, you're in luck because Nissan has just leaked some new information about the next Nissan Z car, the Nissan Z. And the base model will start at just $35,000 and will have 400 horsepower. So today we will be giving out everything we need to know about the new Nissan Z. And before we get started, if you haven't already, please subscribe down below to help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers in 2021. And we do have a ton of car content that is coming up, including exciting supercar vlogs. So if you're a car fan like me, you're gonna like this channel. So first of all, we thought that the new Nissan Z car would be called the 400Z, but it will be known as just the Nissan Z everywhere worldwide except for Japan. And in Japan, it will be known as the Fairlady Z. Also, just a little side note, there will be a Nismo variant coming soon, so just keep that in mind. Alright, so first for the specs, we're gonna get into the price. The new Nissan Z starts at just $34,995, just a little bit off of $35,000, which is really good, and it can go all the way up to $45,000. Now, I say the word just because at this price point, this is a very good deal. The amount of performance, that the little amount of money that you pay for this car is insane, and that brings us right into the performance specs. Under the front hood of the new Nissan Z is a 3-liter twin turbocharged V6 that can produce an estimated 350 pound-feet of torque and can make a total power output of
400 horsepower.
That is quite a lot of horsepower, especially considering the fact that this is the base model and it already has 400 horsepower, which is a much higher power output than its main rival, which is more expensive and has less horsepower, the new Toyota Supra 2-liter. And it even makes more power than the 3-liter. But is it better than the new Supra? Skip to right here if you want to know. And also, it's very surprising that this car has 400 horsepower at the start because
this car starts at just $35,000.
And all of that power is put down through just the rear wheels, which of course means this car is rear-wheel drive, and a 6-speed manual transmission comes as standard, or you can option this car with the 9-speed automatic transmission that is provided by Mercedes-Benz. All of this will take you from 0 to 60 in the new Nissan Z in 4.3 to 4.4 seconds. Now that's not as insanely fast as cars such as the Porsche 911 Turbo S or the new 4GT, but compared to the Nissan Z's rivals, it's not that fast. Now this car weighs 3,252 pounds. Now that's not the lightest car ever, but I say just because this car is much lighter than the Nissan Z's main rival, which is the very controversial yet still a great car overall, also known as the new Toyota Supra, and we'll discuss into more details about that specific topic in a little bit. There will be 4 Nissan Z trim levels, and the first option is of course the base model, and the base model gives you a 6-speed manual transmission as standard. And speaking of things that this car comes as standard, all Nissan Z's come with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a fully digital speedometer / gauge cluster, and you can have all of these features no matter what trim level you get. And that right there is really nice and a really great bargain for your money. Then there is the second trim level, which goes by the name Type S, which is mainly focused on the car's performance, and this package costs $5,000. The Type S gets upgraded Brembo brakes, thicker sway bars, a more robust cooling package, which basically means a stronger cooling package for performance purposes, and the Type S will also have some other features that have not been named yet. And then there's the third trim level, which is called the Type T, and that package also costs $5,000. The Type T package is mainly focused on the interior of the Nissan Z, and it gives you heated and cooled leather seats, blind spot monitoring, and adaptive cruise control. And then finally there's the fourth trim level, and that option is called the Type ST, which is a combo, and it costs $10,000. The Type ST trim level basically has all the performance upgrades from the Type S and combines that with all the interior luxuries that the Type T has. So basically the Type ST is the top trim level for the Nissan Z, and the price is also at the top. Option the new Nissan Z with the Type ST package, and it will bring this car up to $45,000. Alright, now we're going to get into the rivals of the Nissan Z. So the Nissan Z will rival against cars such as the Mustang GT and its main rival, which is the new Toyota Supra. And again, Nissan Z, 6-speed manual. Toyota, no 6-speed manual. Toyota should take some notes because Nissan really knows what car enthusiasts want. The Nissan Z actually makes 145 more horsepower than the 2-liter Toyota Supra, which is $5,000 more expensive than the Nissan Z, and it's basically the same deal with the 3-liter Supra. The newest top trim level Supra, which is the 3-liter, makes 382 horsepower, which is still less horsepower than the base model Nissan Z, which is pretty amazing. Well, it's pretty amazing for at least the Nissan, and again, 6-speed manual in the Nissan. And the Nissan Z also weighs 3,252 pounds, as I said earlier in the video, but my point here is that the new Nissan Z weighs around 150 pounds lighter than the new Supra. So from all of this, it sounds like the new Nissan Z is better than the Toyota Supra in about every single way. But is it actually? Not quite. The 0 to 60 mile an hour time in the Nissan Z is half a second slower than the 3-liter Toyota Supra, and the 2021 3-liter Supra can do the 0 to 60 sprint in just 3.9 seconds, so the Nissan Z can do it in just around 4.4 seconds, and based on modern performance numbers, that's a pretty big difference, but you can possibly modify the Nissan Z and still have a faster 0 to 60 mile an hour time than the Supra, but still make it cost possibly less. Now, my opinion about the looks on the Nissan Z compared to the Toyota Supra, I think that the Toyota Supra actually looks a little bit more unique and it looks better than the Nissan Z. The front grille of the Nissan Z just doesn't really fit for me. It's just a rectangle and it's a pretty bland design in my opinion, but I still like it. It's a very elegant car, but the Supra just looks a little bit more exotic to me, and the Supra just stands out more. But yeah, that is basically going to conclude this video for everything that we know so far on the new Nissan Z and all the leaked information that just got released. Tell me your thoughts about the new Nissan Z, and would it be better than the new Toyota Supra, and would you pick it over the new Toyota Supra? I think if I didn't have a budget, I would pick the Toyota Supra just because of the looks, but the Nissan Z is just such a good bargain for the money. $35,000, 400 horsepower, rear-wheel drive, 6-speed manual, everything a car enthusiast would want, and also a very friendly price. If you loved today's video, I know you'll love my other videos, so I recommend you go check them out, but I hope to see you in a future video. Bye for now. 1900 horsepower. How you like the speedster? 3 SVJ. Insanity.